Oh, that's what we doing?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to What He Said with Kevin Walker. Of course, I am Kevin Walker. And guess what? For the first time, man, in a long time, I'm going to be by myself tonight. I'm going to be by myself because, man, in the last 24 hours, like, I went through a full gamut of emotions, And I just don't want to share like where I am and what I've been through with anybody because, man, it really kind of totally pissed me off. So let's move on. Let's talk about the show tonight. So got a really good show coming up for you guys tonight. So we're gonna discuss when and why do men start to reevaluate themselves personally? Not what others say, not what others think, but at what point as a man do you just start to say, you know what? It's time for me to start reevaluating some of my moves and some of the things I say and reevaluating my life, reevaluating the situations, and first off, reevaluating when I'm in a moment, the way I handle that moment. So the reevaluation process, like, why does that start kicking in all of a sudden for a grown-ass man? So not only will we discuss that, we'll discuss about how we devalue the opinions of our mates sometimes. And you might not think you do. You might not think you devalue your mate's opinion, but you really do. You devalue, and I'll tell you, and I'll show you some examples of how you devalue your mate's opinion. It may not be on purpose, at all, but hey, we all do it for whatever reasons. Excuse me. And it could be, totally honest. How you doing tonight, man? And where we're actually going to start at tonight is stop getting keys made without God's permission. So when you say that, stop getting keys made once God has closed doors. When God closes a door in your life, and we all say stuff like, God, if you just help me this one time, or God, if you let me make it through this, God, if you allow me, God, if you will. But sometimes when God give us what we've asked him for, we don't notice that we've even been given that opportunity. You say, what you mean, Kevin Walker? I'm glad you asked. So you're dealing with a female that's just not right for you. You're dealing with a female that's totally toxic, and you know she's toxic. You know her energy don't match your energy. It just don't fit. It don't blend. Yeah, I'm by myself tonight, y'all. I'm by myself. It's going to be me for this hour tonight. Just all me, only me. I got my baby t-shirt on, Jade. Got her money green. So when God closes and locks that door, we need to learn how to be obedient to what God has given us. We need to learn how to be obedient in the situation that we have been placed in that moment, because 20 times out of 20 or 100 times out of 100, we've asked to be put in that situation. God, if you just, oh Lord, I promise, God, if you just this one time just do this for me, I promise I won't deal with that Negro no more. And y'all go running right back to that same situation. You say, what you mean, Kevin Walker? I'll give you another example. I gave you the male example dealing with a female. I'll give you a female example dealing with a male. You say, God, And how many of you women have done this? Let's be real. If you just present me with an opportunity to big C, because some of y'all know how to beg God in a manner that most of us can't even fathom. God, if you just put me in a situation, send me to the Astros game where it's a lot of good men. Send me to the Texans game. God, if you just drop me in the midst of some of the right people to put me in a situation to meet the right man. So you know what happens? God takes that other fool out of your life. God removes that man from your life who he know is not good for you. Your energies don't match. Your energies never have matched. I don't care if it was 5 years you dealt with him. I don't care if it was 10. I don't care if it was 15 or 20. Y'all energies have never matched. Y'all energies have always been off. Because you're a different kind of person. And so because women are emotional beings, let's be real, because women are emotional beings, that dude then learned how to play on your emotions. Hey, Miss Penny. That dude has learned how to say all the right things that you like to hear in all the right moments. You know why? Because he has studied your ass. Same way when I come on this podcast and I talk about what I like, where I like to go, what I like to eat, what I like to do, what I prefer a woman to do, and how I want her to do it, whether it's sexual or whatever, because I'm open when I want here. I talk about it a lot. Yeah, I've said for months and many weeks that, hey, a woman who give a good blowjob, I mean, you know, hey, yeah, I've said it a million times. I've said it. So them same women that watch the podcast who think, oh, Kevin Walker is kind of cute with his bald head self. I like that little gray beard stuck on. They sit here and I've had women to go so far to be able to tell me when me and Elisa was on here, at what point they give us the date. Well, on June the 4th at the 15:27 mark of the video, you said, and y'all might think, man, that's stalking. That's correct. But I've had women to do it. I've had women to do it. So people study who you are so that they can show themselves approved to you. To hell with God. That's what they say. They're not studying to show themselves approved to the Lord, who they should be trying to show themselves approved to. They listening to what you say you like, to what you say you want, and they giving it to you just enough or just long enough to tug on your heartstrings. Because let's be real, women, emotional creatures, emotional beings, y'all love a good heartstring pull. Y'all love when a man tug on your, y'all a sucker for a card and some flowers at work. Y'all are. Let's see what Miss Penny got to say about that. Women go into relationships telling the dude everything the last dude didn't do. You right, Miss Penny. So new guy becomes everything the last guy was. You right. You right about it. Felicia say we're very detailed. No, Felicia. Y'all, I'm not gonna say no. I will say yes. Most women are very detailed in what they want, but that only makes you a better prey for the preyee. A man who wants to prey on you, when you call yourself, I'm just going to pour my heart out to him and let him know what I want, let him know what I'm looking for, let him know what I need in a man. I'm just going to tell him if he don't do it, then I'm going to just have to do something different. No, he's going to adhere to what it is you're asking him for if he's interested in being there. And when you open Pandora's box by being detailed, all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure. That's why all the time when I meet a new friend, when I meet a new lady, Because I'm at an age now to where for me, like on the real, man, I'm not settling. I'm not putting up with nothing. I'm not settling for nothing. I'm too old to settle. Because here's the thing that men know, especially single men like myself, here's the thing we know that every single man has the key to. Because women want to think, I'm gonna cook for him. Every woman gonna cook. I have yet to date a woman. So I got divorced in 2018. I have yet since 2018, shit, even when I was married, dating them outside hoes. I mean, let's be real. I ain't gonna come on here and lie. Because if I lie, I'm gonna have to remember my lie. So I ain't gonna come on here and lie. Even when I was married, at the peak of my hoeing, when I was married, I never met a woman that wouldn't cook. Because I'm a big dude. I look like I like to eat. So yes, women are gonna try and do what they figure will bait you in. But she won't do it, but she'll do it. I disagree. Some women say, well, what one woman won't do, another woman will. I've yet to have one that won't do everything, satisfy all my needs in a basket. And you say, well, Kev, what separates them? If every woman you meet will satisfy all the needs that you are looking for, why continue to X them out and move on to another one? Because you can only pretend to be somebody for so long. When the food ain't on the stove, when you ain't butt naked in the bed trying to do something freaky outside the lines, you can only pretend to be who you are. Halloween only comes once a year, and that's for 24 hours. That's one day. Then you get to put a costume on. And you can pretend to be somebody. But ladies, you only get to pretend to be that somebody for only minimal amount of time. I say, when you meet a woman, you're never meeting who she is unless you give her some time. Because she's going to send her representative. She's going to send who she wants you to say hello to. She's going to send who she wants you to get to know a little better. So it's some things for me, like I'm just not going to compromise. And peace, P-E-A-C-E, is one of them. And if a woman can't bring you peace, P-E-A-C-E, a woman can't become my peace. The other piece. Because again, she can only promote that other representative before long, before she has to show her true colors, before she has to show you who she really is in the moment, in every moment. See, what happens is, and here's the thing, ladies, pay attention. When a man starts to really learn you and know you and see who you are and feel what you are and understand what really makes you tick, when a man, you can't hide how you feel about most situations that mean something to you personally. So once I figure out, because that's going to happen, once I figure out who you really are, I'm going to speak against the values that you really want to talk about, who you really want to be. I'm going to oppose that in just general conversation. See, I'm a conversationalist. So that's going to be the number one thing from me to you that's going to totally turn me off. when you don't want to have a conversation. Because the first thing women want to point at to most men and say, well, he lacked communication skills. Well, there's some women out here who lack some fucking communication skills as well. Let's be real. Just because you respond, just because you answer the question, just because we maintain dialogue, don't mean that you're communicating. Because your communication could be toxic. What you talking about, Kevin Walker? See, here's toxic communication. Here's toxic communication. When I pose a question, when I ask you a simple question, in every other word out your mouth in your response is fuck or damn or, well, shit, fuck, I tried to, I don't give a damn, I talk. Listen, ladies, listen. If we can't communicate without profanity in a normal setting, in a normal environment, then we don't have communication. I'm not getting the peace that I want. Because if we can't do it just in the norm, if I can't say something to you just in the norm, so what happens when there's a disagreement? Because the bottom line is women are from Mars and men are from Venus, so we're never going to see every situation the exact same way. At some point, our planets are going to bump heads. So when there's a disagreement, how can we communicate during a disagreement if already when the good times you cussing and raising hell? So how you gonna communicate when it's a little turbulence in the air? You know, when you on the plane and you, yeah. So when there's turbulence in the relationship, ladies, how are you gonna communicate at that point? Let me read a couple of y'all comments. Let me see what y'all got to say. So Andrea King says, Kevin, at our age, we don't have time for representatives. But they sending them, Andrea. They sending them. They sending them. Women are sending these reps. So Shelly said, hey, Kevin, that goes both ways. Be yourself up front and go with the flow. I agree. Felicia Williams says, that's a lot of work pretending to be someone you're not. Like Andrea just stated, we're too old for that. Hey, I totally agree with you, lady. But don't think people at our age aren't out here playing those types of games. Let's be real. And y'all know they are. Y'all got homegirls who y'all know is absolutely 115% full of shit. But guess what? Y'all ride with her because that's your homie. Y'all got homegirls, and I'm kind of getting off the beaten track here, but I'm gonna jump back on track. Y'all got homegirls who y'all know cheat on their husbands, and y'all don't have shit to say about it. Y'all don't have nothing to say about it. You got homegirls cheating on their husband, and y'all kudos that shit. But then let a woman you don't like do the same thing to her dude, and you got everything in the world to have a say about it. Oh, she wrong for that girl. He a good man. But your homegirl messing with somebody, you ain't got to, you riding with her, you ain't telling her, look, girl, you wrong. Now whether you stop or don't stop, I'm gonna speak my piece. I'm gonna say what I have to say. But y'all don't have nothing to say. But let you not like somebody, and here y'all come for them. So Kim says, but men are actually the same way and full of crap. Shelly says, tigers don't change their stripes just because he or she is older. No, I totally agree. I totally agree. So let me get back on track. Y'all got me a little off track there for a second. Let me get back on track. So what we're talking about is stop getting keys made without God's permission. So look, ladies, let me tell y'all this. When God closes a door, When God closed a door, amen, stop calling the locksmith. Stop being Captain Save a hoe ass nigga. Because the men say they not going to be Captain Save a hoe. So y'all stop being Captain Save a hoe ass nigga. When these niggas get their ass in trouble, let that nigga ride by himself. He put himself in that motherfucking trouble. Let him get himself out of it. Stop being Captain Save a hoe ass nigga. Let these niggas do them and you do you. I promise, you'll have a happy life. Stop trying to save these niggas from themselves, because that's what 90% of y'all end up doing, getting with some nothing ass cats, and want to try to change it. You can reform. So you like a college coach, because every college coach thinks he can coach better than a high school coach. The nigga wasn't shit in high school. He wasn't shit when you first got him. All of a sudden now you're a college coach. You can change him directly into what you would have him to be. Baby, no, you can't. No, you can't. So when that door closes and that door locks, hey, let it stay there. Let it stay locked. Come on, ladies. So people pose the question, or I've heard the question posed my whole life. So Kevin, who's smarter? Men or women? Who's smarter, men or women? Ladies, answer right here. Who y'all think smarter? Men or women? Tell me who y'all think smarter, men or women? Because the answer to who's smarter is clearly men are smarter than women by far. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna let y'all comment. I'm gonna let y'all give the obvious answer, because most women are gonna ride with the woman and say women are the smarter being. That's absolutely false. Because here's my thing. If women are smarter than men, why is it that y'all end up pregnant and having babies from these nothing ass niggas? I'll wait. I ain't got number time tonight. I ain't got to be nowhere at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you so damn smart, why is this nigga dropping you off at your job, because he don't have one, keeping your car all day while you at work to pay the next car note and put the next gallon of gas in there, but he got your car? I'll wait. But y'all the smartest motherfuckers on the planet. I'll wait. I ain't got number time. You are having to go get AFDC. That's food stamps. That's the new Negro name for it. AFDC is what they call it now. And you feeding that nigga with food stamps that was intended for the baby that he already don't take care of. Hello, lights. Hello, lights. The nigga already don't take care of his kid, so you got to go get AFDC. I'll wait. One thing I ain't gonna never fuck with or fool with. I'm gonna clean my language up so y'all can show this to your coworkers. One thing I ain't gonna never fool with, if I was a female, is a dude who can't provide. I can't get up in the morning as a woman and leave you in my house, leave you in my apartment where I'm paying the mortgage, where I'm paying the rent, while you chillax and play PlayStation all day. So again, I'm gonna ask, who's the smartest? So some of y'all women justify your ignorance by saying, well, at least he got a job. You know, he just got hired at Walmart. It's one step at a time. So, man, let me tell you something. You got convicted felons all day, every day, sit down in front of computers to show themselves approved so that when they hit the ground back at home, they can go get their CDLs and take care of families that they left behind because they refuse to go back to the hustle game. The dudes I hang around, and I mentioned my brother, I mentioned said, refuse to go back to the hustle game, so he hustled them trucks. He on the road busting his ass. Because that's great money. Because that's great money. But y'all settling for less because y'all Captain Save a whole ass nigga, but you think you being smart when, hey, let me tell you something. Pussy come a dime a dozen, ladies. And I've said this for a long time. I can get pussy from a woman when I can't get nothing to eat. Because a woman would rather fuck you than feed you. See, feeding you take some effort. Prepping the meal, preparing the meal, serving the meal. That takes some effort and energy. To lay down and open her legs don't take nothing. That just take giving up some vagina, giving up a little time. If she fucking me and I ain't paying no bills, that ain't gonna take but like 5-10 minutes of her time. That ain't gonna take a lot of her time. That's me now. But the young me, I would have took a couple of days in that ass. But right now, about 5 to 10 minutes. And I love you too. So that's definitely the wrong answer to say women are smarter than men. Because if a woman was smarter than a man, she would not continue to put herself in messed up situations. She would not continue to allow this man to drop her off at work and take her car for 8 hours. Let me read some of these comments, man. Yeah, I told y'all I was by myself tonight, so I got to be on it. I've been 30 minutes in on y'all ass tonight. Woo. So let's see, Shelly, let's see what Miss Shelly Blair Price said. I told my daughter that she was growing up into a young lady. Oh, wait a minute. The screen rolling on me. I'm sorry. Hold on. All my comments just disappeared. Okay, here we go. All right, Shelly, here we go. See, I told my daughter that she was growing up into a young lady, which she is now. Don't get a male that got less than you, nor can bring shit to the table. I agree, baby. You got to teach them early. Most of the women you talking about was never given a good example of what a real man is or a real woman is. I agree. They probably didn't have those examples. I 100% agree with you. Felicia Williams say maybe he's just manipulative and she's gullible. Hey, but Felicia, that goes back to my point. If he's manipulating you, that means he's smarter than you. My mama used to tell me when I was a young nigga, think I was on my game. My mama used to say, boy, you can't slick a can of oil. Come on now. How can you out slick a can of oil? So stop getting keys made, ladies, without God's permission. When God removes that obstacle, out of your life, listen to me. Hey. When God removes that obstacle out of your life, first off, God always does one of three things. One of three. God's going to do one of three. And tell me if I'm right or wrong. God going to either move that obstacle. That's one. God's going to give you strength to go over that obstacle, right? If it's in your path, God gonna give you strength to go over it because nobody else can. And three, if that obstacle is that high and God feels like we're not gonna waste time trying to get over that, we're just gonna walk around it. You can't be God doing. You can't give God giving. God gonna give you one of three things, one of three ways out of that situation. And when he give it to you, when he bless you with it, ladies, you gotta be ready and in position to receive your blessing. And I'm using sports analogies because that's all I ever been, was a coach or a player. You can't catch a football and not have your hands prepared and ready for the pass. So when God passes you a blessing, ladies, quit crying over shit that's behind you and be ready to catch that blessing that's God got coming to you and for you. God already got you in position to receive it. God got dynamic things going on in your life day in and day out. He already has positioned you for step 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and you worried about step 1. And God has moved on to step 10. Come on now. You have got to be the village idiot if you're allowing one obstacle to keep you running in place. You ever seen somebody just run in place? I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I'm back. I'm back. Don't go nowhere. I'm back. So here's my point. You have got to be the village idiot to stand there and just run in place. You ever seen somebody just running in place, saying they exercising, they ain't getting nowhere? And that's cool when you exercising, but when you trying to exercise your options to be great, to be good all over again, God has already thrown the ball. God has completed his motion. All you got to do is catch it and keep going. Stop dropping situations. Stop dropping opportunities because you worried about what was. Let's talk about what is and what will be. Stop getting keys made without God's permission. When God closed that door and locked that son of a gun and oh my God, move on. Move on. Yes, separation anxiety. Separation hurts. Separation hurts. Separation hurts. Hey, look, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you as a man, because I don't have no shame. And like I told y'all, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be honest when I'm doing it. So when I got divorced in 2018, say, man, it took a minute. It took a minute to get my feet back on the ground, to be me again. It took a minute. But what I didn't do is wallow in the misery of the moment. I didn't do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't wallow in the misery of the moment, because what I did know about misery, I knew that misery loved company. And where I was in that moment, as miserable as I was in that moment, I didn't want no company. I wanted to get through that shit and move on with my life. I wanted to get through it and move on with my life. Misery loves company. Don't give other unhappy ass people a chance or opportunity to get on your page, to get in your lane. Because y'all, hey, look, I see all day long people saying on Facebook, hey man, you know, doing me, minding my business, in my lane. Well, if you in your lane, can't nobody cut you off. Can't Can't nobody cut you off if you in your lane. Because when I'm in my lane, I got blinders on. I don't know what's going on around me. And guess what? I really don't. What that boy say? Frankly, I don't give a damn. Okay, Felicia. What Felicia say, Kev? You can say this until you're blue in the face, but the person has to love themselves first in order to recognize game and keep it moving. I agree. Randy Kelly says, gotta remember the devil knows what you want to. I agree. Eleanor says, yes, I really don't care. I don't either, Eleanor. So Sean says, run your race. That's right. With your eyes on the prize. I agree. So let's talk about when do we as people, as individuals, start to self-evaluate? And why does the evaluation process within ourselves, why does that start? What makes us start to evaluate our actions? I think it's one word, and some of us get there a little faster than others. I can say this. When you talk about self-evaluation, first off, that comes with two things. That comes with honesty, and self-evaluation has to come with maturity. Honesty and maturity are the two things that has to come with self-evaluation. So there's a group of us that hang out together. We do football on Sundays. We're at different people's houses. We have a good time when we're doing it. It's like a grown and sexy group, like beautiful women. We sit down and talk. They play cards. They talk crap. They're professional women. They got great jobs. They got families. But we all sit around. We chop it up. We play cards. We watch the football games on Sundays. And a situation happened where two of the ladies butted heads about 2 months ago at a game. But let me tell you what self-evaluation will do. When that situation takes place and you start to reevaluate who you are and what you got to lose, you start to think twofold about your next move. So regardless of the disagreement, one of the women said to me this past Sunday, because I hosted at my house this past Sunday, and one of the women said, you know, I respect her more now than I did before we had the little altercation, because basically what happened that day, she left it in that day. She didn't go to work talking about it. I never heard nothing else about it out of nobody else's mouth other than the people that were there. And we all kind of laugh about it and we squashed it, when she really could have went to work and just carried that shit from day to day and just made that a nuisance on both of our lives. It made both of us really uncomfortable. But I really, really respect her now as a lady first, because she didn't do that. See, some of us still don't know how to handle conflict and confusion. Some of y'all, the minute people are faced with any type of conflict or confusion, you want to go saying what you would have did when you wouldn't have did shit. Man, if that was me, if I was in that situation, I'm okay. Let's start there. If it was you, let's be real, it wasn't you. What you would have did, you wouldn't have did shit. Because we all have been faced with situations to where mentally we probably was like, boy, I could just slap the hell out this nigga right now. But the smarter you, the better you, the you that don't want to go to jail, the you that don't want to get stabbed, the you who don't want to get shot, the you who want to still get up in the morning and go to work and take care of your kids and your family, the you who want to be grown, gonna let that shit go. Not gonna let that shit eat on you. And don't let nobody else drive your car. Because people will drive your shit into a brick wall with no license. What you talking about, Kevin Walker? I'm glad you asked. People will push buttons in you, that push to start. They'll start your shit, drive into a brick wall, and ain't no recourse. Ain't no action or recourse. Because it ain't theirs, they can still go get in their shit and go home. And the minute you stupid in the back of a police car because you listening to what somebody told you to go do, now your kids ain't got no lunch money in the morning. Now your kids ain't got nobody to wake them up and drop them off at the bus stop. No, your kids ain't got nobody showing up at the play on Friday evening. Now your kids ain't got nobody going to the PTA meeting. Now your mortgage company ain't getting their money. Now your kids looking for somewhere to stay with a cousin, with an auntie, because you got 3 or 4 of them, and don't nobody want to split them badass kids up, but then don't nobody want to take them all together either, because they bad as hell. Girl, if you take 2, I'll take 2. Elizabeth say she'll take 1. We'll figure it out. So don't let ignorant ass people around you, if you're in an environment or a setting where you got ignorant ass people trying to push buttons in you to make you do shit that's against your character. Come on, y'all. That's against your character. You need to find you some new friends. You hanging in the wrong circles. When you get invited, you ain't got to say, well, nah, bitch, I ain't coming over there because y'all messy. Let me tell you what you got to do. When a motherfucker invite you somewhere that you don't want to be because you don't want to be in that company no more, shit, you grown. Nah, I'm going to chill. I'm good. Appreciate the invite, though. Yeah, I'm going to chill. I'm going to just shit, hang out here with my dude. I'm going to hang out here with my girl. Yeah, I'm going to just chill with my kids, girl. They talking about I ain't been spending no time with them, so I'm going to hang out with my kids today. Hey, you don't have to say, nah, bitch, because y'all messing that, because that's starting a whole new center of confusion. So we self-evaluate because, number one, we've reached a certain level of maturity. And when you are mature, ignorant shit, ignorant things, ignorant people bother you. When you reach a level of maturity, ignorance itches your ass. When you reach a level of maturity, ignorance drives you crazy. I'm too damn grown. I'm too damn grown to be around a room full of ignorant ass people. If you ain't trying to move to the next step in life, if you ain't trying to move to phase 2, if you ain't trying to go be successful, if you ain't trying, whatever it is, just try. If you ain't trying, hey man, neither am I. Neither am I. I don't want to be there because I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you. God, free me. God, listen to me. God, free me from the ignorant fools I thought was cool and in my circle. See, watch this. Now, most of y'all are 30, 40, and 50 years old. You in those 3 age groups. I might have a couple of 20-somethings on here. But watch this. If you 30, 40, or 50, 20 times out of 20, your best friend from high school ain't your best friend right now. The joker you hung around with high school with all the time ain't your buddy right now. Y'all might still be cool, but y'all ain't doing the same things y'all did when y'all was 18, 19, 20. Even in your 20s and 30s, you might still conversate with them people. But sometimes, and I see people posting this on social media all the time, that sometimes people are sent to be in your life for just a season. Come on, Kevin Walker. People are sent to be in your life for a season. And you can't let them drive your car. And I used to tell my kids this all the time for 30 plus years when I coached Little League. Don't give nobody the keys to your car. And I say, hold up your imaginary keys and drop them inside your shoulder pads. Don't go to school tomorrow. In this case, I'm talking to you grown ass folks. Don't go to work tomorrow. and let somebody push you to the right when you know you're supposed to go left. When ignorance is waiting on you over there, just chill where you at. Just chill where you at. Last night, I had a 911 emergency. 911 emergency. I woke up about 11 o'clock to a text message that sent me in a frenzy. And yeah, it came from my kid. So you know when something comes from your child in the middle of the night who does not live with me, you get real ignorant real fast when your baby is in harm's way. So I got up. Y'all know it was cold. I had went to the door, true story. I had went to the door to leave, look down. I had on some flip-flops with no socks and still had my underwear. I ain't even had no pants on at that point because I was so angry in the moment. I threw on some shorts, changed my shirt real quick, put on a little warmer shirt, and took off because I wanted to get to the bottom of what was going on in my son's life. But look at God. I hop on the freeway, and that was a wreck. That was a wreck, y'all, on 59 North. That slowed me down by 30 minutes. It slowed me down, allowing God to say, brother, come on, Kel, you better than this. I'm not going to tell y'all what happened, but I will tell y'all this. Last night when I left out my front door, I was prepared to do one or two things. I promise. God is my witness. I never sit on this podcast and lie to y'all. I was prepared to do one or two things. And I had this conversation with Cedric Jenkins, and he'll tell you I told him this. I was prepared to go to jail, and I was prepared to die last night. Because what you don't get the opportunity to do is put my son in a freaked up situation. So I was prepared as a father to come to the defense of something that I love more than I love myself. If you're a parent, you understand where I'm coming from. There is nothing on God's green earth that I love more than I love my boys. My daughter gone. I got on her shirt tonight. I ain't no thug. I ain't no gangster. I ain't never put myself in that position to say I'm this, that, or the other. I'm just a grown-ass man that love his kids beyond belief, like a man should. And whatever that means, whatever that situation means, I'm ready for it. Last night, as a father, as a daddy who loved his son, hey man, I had in my heart, I was going to do one or two things. I was going to die or I was going to go to jail. But God said something different when that accident was on the freeway that held me back by 30 minutes so that when I got to my final destination, guess what, y'all? I pulled up and it was 3 sheriff's department cars already there. Looked like they was waiting on me to say, no, daddy, we got your back. We got you. We got you. We got your back, daddy. We ain't gonna let you do this. We got him covered. But I was prepared, to be honest with y'all. I really was prepared. I really was prepared. Because I love my kids that much. There's nothing my kids can't ask me to do that daddy ain't gonna sacrifice and make happen. I don't get, I promise I don't understand how a man don't take care of his seed and don't nurture and don't care for his seed. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And so last night, it was on my heart in the worst way. And even today, when I talk to Sid and I talk to Terry, both of them as friends, as my brothers, y'all, when I say those boys are my brothers, I mean what I say. I remember one day last year doing the whole homecoming stuff, Kim said, "Do Cedric love you or something? We just got used to moving together. Hey, bro, I'm finna go do this. You gonna roll? Yeah, yeah, I'll meet you there. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna come there." We just got used to doing that because we show love to one another. When we say brother, we mean that. I don't have a biological brother no more. So Terry and Sid is really and truly, like, for real, all I have. And we treat each other as such, for real, for real. So even when I spoke to those men today about my situation last night and told them what had happened, first they both were angry about what had happened, but then they say, "Bruh, for you to say you was that angry, that's out of character for you, because that's not who you are or what you are. I get it, but man, please don't put yourself back in that situation again. Think about it, man. Think about that, man. Before you do it, before you act, before you react, think about it." So that was God on that freeway that had that accident on that freeway, causing me to slow down, causing me to think, causing me to relax, causing me to breathe. See, what I think about in moments like that, and y'all forgive me, I know I'm kind of off the beaten path of what the show was going to be about tonight, but I'm really trying to speak to y'all and talk to y'all from my heart. I really am. So y'all please bear with me tonight. I think about the word of God when God says, the Bible says, "For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son." When you love something so much that you make a sacrifice for it, come on, man. Y'all, look, think from a humanistic approach. Think from a parent. Think from the person you are right now. You don't know everybody in this world. You don't know everybody in this land. So if someone came to you right now and says, "Look, we need you to make a sacrificial offering of one of your kids so that these people over here in Asia, or these people down the street who you really don't like, that block the street every time, that girl you really don't like because you say she always talking about you behind your back, that dude you really don't mess with because you say he owed you $20 and he never paid you your money back." God wants you to sacrifice your only begotten child or one of your kids to save another life. Could you do it? Would you do it? Would you want to do it? But God made that exact same sacrifice for us. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. His only son he had, he gave him as a sacrifice so that you and me might be free, so that we could live this life, so that we could make our own decisions. That's called volition. Volition. Volition is the only thing that we as people walking the earth have in common with the angels. That's the right to make a choice. They say you get two things every morning when you wake up: a chance and a choice. Two things. That's all you get every day. So don't go blaming people about your situation. Don't go blaming people about the job you have. Don't go blaming people about the car you drive. Don't go blaming people about the house you live in, about the apartment you live in. Don't go blaming people about the boyfriend you have, the girlfriend you have, the husband you want, the wife you think you need, because you've got a chance and a choice to do as good as you going and as good as you gonna do, or good as you want to do. You got a chance and a choice to do that. But what you've got to be able to do is have sound decision-making skills. You got to have sound decision-making skills. Sound decision-making skills. So when something happens, quit blaming others for your shortcomings. I told my little cousin, I said, she was telling me about the lady next door. She was telling me about another lady at work. And I said, look, let me explain something to you. I said, LaShonda, you just got a brand new house, didn't you? She's like, yeah. I say, from the ground up. Nobody ever lived in it. Brand new. She's like, yeah, cuz why? I said, okay, stay with me. You just got a brand new house. You just got a promotion on your job. Now, since she and I has had that conversation, she's got another promotion. So why are you even giving the idiot next door, the asshole in the cubicle, over any kind of energy when God is constantly blessing you with an increase? You need a house? Boom, there you go. Everybody can't get that house. Boom, there you go. $280,000. You got that mortgage? Boom, yeah, you got it. There you go. What you say? Oh, you need another? You don't want to? You want a little part-time job so you can use that for travel money? And boom, there you go. So you good? You sure? You all right? All right. Well, you know what? I don't think you all right. So let me give you another blessing. Like boom, there you go. I know you just got a promotion. I know you just got one, but boom, there you go. I'm gonna give you another one because that promotion wasn't good enough. That was one I wanted you to have. This is one I need you to have. Boom, because that's how God will bless us when we're faithful. So when He's showing us favor, when God is showing us favor, we can't allow offensive linemen, that's what I call blessing blockers. We can't allow offensive linemen to get in our way. Don't let them offensive linemen be no blessing blocker. Don't let them offensive linemen block your blessings. When God is showing you favor, man, stay focused. What did I just tell you about staying in your lane, putting them blinders on? It don't matter what's going on either side of you because you're focused. God has blessed you with some things that everybody else around you ain't getting blessed with, which goes back to one of the greatest points my grandmother ever made. Kevin, you ain't never got to be jealous of no man, because if it's for you, if God say it's for you, it don't matter. Can't nobody be against you, or they all can be against you. But if it's yours and God say it's yours, it don't matter what Negroes, that's what she used to say. It don't matter what Negroes got to say about it, because if it's yours, if God wants you to have it, it ain't nothing nobody can do to take it from you. Stop making keys to close doors when God has bolted that door shut. Stay focused. Stay in your lane. Be fair. Be true to yourself when you start evaluating who you are and what you are. Be true to yourself. You know what's right. You know right from wrong. Nobody ain't got to give you no pep talk on not killing nobody. Nobody ain't got to give you no pep talk on drinking too much. Nobody shouldn't have to give you no pep talk on just doing the right thing, being a solid person. Hey, man, when you walk in a room last, speak to everybody in there. I told y'all earlier, hey, misery loves company. So when you walk in and you joyous John and you speaking to everybody, what's up, boy? Hey, boy, what's up, boy? Yeah, man, how you been? You good, man? You good? All right, bro, good to see you, though, man. Yeah, really. Hey, baby, what's going on, boy? How you? Hey, man, people are like, that Negro can't always be that damn happy. I'm that dude at work. Say, man, when I show up on the job, I'm speaking to everybody. I want to touch everybody. I want to dap everybody up, because guess what? Let me tell y'all something about Kevin Walker. I'm just being transparent and totally honest with y'all tonight, talking way off my script that I had. Tell y'all one thing about me. Y'all didn't give me this joy, and y'all can't take it away. The Lord did. Man, I am so like blessed. I am so blessed in my life. I have so much favor, as they call it, on my life and in my life. I got more money in my savings and in my bank account right now than I did in the 20 years I was married with a second income, with a second corporate income. We had corporate money coming in. And now it's just my money. And I'm blessed, man. I'm happy. I'm loving life. I'm enjoying people. I'm enjoying seeing people and being around people and having conversation with people. I enjoy and I look forward to coming here every Wednesday night, man, just to show y'all, just to motivate somebody. Man, it's somebody, and we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that is somebody out there right now tonight. It's somebody out there listening or gonna watch this that's living in a state of depression for some reason. Let me tell you why you shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't be sad. You shouldn't be depressed. Let me tell you why. On August 12th of 2018, my 25-year-old daughter, Jade Breon Walker, was murdered in cold blood. Cold blood, 2018, August 12th. Worst day of my life. I don't wish that on no parent. I don't wish that on no parent, to lose your child for no reason. Cold blood murder. November, let's fast forward to November of 2021. My nephew William was murdered, shot dead in the parking lot of a convenience store. Shot several times in the back. Never saw it coming. Murdered. Parking lot of a convenience store. So now my daughter's gone, 25. My nephew gone, 26. Fast forward, March 10th, 2022, last year, 5 days before my birthday. My birthday is March 15th. 5 days before my birthday, I get a phone call at 7 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Kev. Hey, what's going on? Man, Rodney gone. My brother died on me. My sister's in San Diego. My mom is struggling with Alzheimer's. It was just us, you know? September, a week before her birthday, my mom decides she had had enough. My mom decides she had had enough. She take it home. My daughter gone. My 26-year-old nephew gone. My only brother goes. And then mama goes. My dad died when I was 13. Never had a man to teach me how to be a man. I had to learn by watching. I had to learn by watching other men. My mom had me around in my life, my little league football coach, the men in the church. I had to learn by watching. My uncles, my great uncle, he was a hell of an example, but he was an older cat. He gave me work ethic. He showed me that regardless of what's going on, you got to suck it up and grind. I seen my great-grandfather cry one time in my life, and that was when his wife died. My great-grandmother passed away. And he said, man, I got to accept it, but I don't want to. I guess that old girl was tired. She went on home and left me. That's what he said when his wife died. I guess she was tired. That's accepting, man. That's acceptance. So what I've learned in my short period of time here on earth, because 53 years is not a lot of time, but what I have learned is that we really don't have time. We really don't have time to sit around and ponder and feel sorry for our losses. Because guess what never stops? And it's forever moving. And we've got to be forever evolving. And that's time. Time doesn't wait for nobody, me, you, or anybody else. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad, but you got to keep going. You got to keep going. Stop making keys to closed door situations. When God shuts the door, when God changes the lock, don't go make another key to try and get in. Keep going. Keep moving. Know your purpose. Stay in your lane. Put your blinkers on. Stay focused on what should be important in your life. Stay focused. Stay focused. Stay focused. Put them blinders on. Because if you stay in your lane, your traffic gonna forever move. Don't sell your lady friend wolf tickets, man. Don't sell your wife wolf tickets. Be honest with your wife. People might not agree. People might not understand. But the one thing in the world they will do is respect you as a man if you are honest. A woman can say that Kevin Walker is an asshole. Girl, he'll say this, he'll say, but the one thing she ain't gonna never be able to say is that I lied to her. She'll never be able to say I lied to her because I'm gonna be honest. That's why for months I came on here and talked about my personal situation. Hey, I'm single. I'm trying to find this. I'm looking for that. I'm looking. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lead. I would tell women in a minute. Hey, we are not exclusively dating. Dating means you go to dinner with somebody, I go to dinner with somebody. We might go to dinner together next week, then I'll go to dinner with somebody else, and you can go to dinner with somebody. So you got to be honest with people. Don't lead people on. Don't lie to people. Honesty is always the best policy. And we've also learned tonight, before I close these doors, we've learned that men are smarter than women. Who's smarter? Men are smarter. So, like at the end of the day, we're the smarter individuals, guys. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching this evening. I hope that these conversations have been a blessing to somebody. I hope that you can take information that we talk about and rethink about it, or inbox me some questions about something I said for clarity. If I said something you didn't understand, hey, I'm cool with clearing up some things and making some things as best I can clear from my perspective, from a man's perspective. Because a lot of time, I know when you're dating somebody or you're in a situation, you don't necessarily want to always ask them that question and get them to thinking about what about this and what about that. But just do your best. Do your best at all times. And sometimes everybody ain't gonna be happy with your decisions, and be able to live with that. Be able to live with your decision. Hey, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in to What He Said with Kevin Walker. I love y'all. Peace.